All right, can you guys hear me at the back? Okay. I want to quickly complete our cloud language. Cloud language is a language that you identified by as a professional. So the cloud language is what distinguishes you as a cloud professional. Okay. A baby, every child has a language. There's baby language, mama, right? From age 0 to 1 or age 0 to 2, mama, dada. And as that child grows, the language changes. The language goes to hi, mom, or whatever the child is listening to, whatever information you're downloading into the child's mind, it starts giving you back. All right. So is the language. You may not fully understand everything right now, but it will come together as you start working in the cloud. Understand this, AWS does not recognize you as an entry-level engineer. The cloud was not designed for entry level. The cloud was designed for IT professionals who are transitioning. With all they had needed was just to learn the language and the terminology. The language is the terminology of the cloud. And we talked about it, the first part of the cloud language. We talked about a lawyer. You know, how do you identify a lawyer? By their language. They talk about constitution. How do you identify a doctor? They talk about prescription and some payment and some very medical terminology just to confuse you. Those guys like to show themselves. How do you identify a police officer? Sir, do you know why I pulled you over? Even if she's not wearing his badge, you know why you're in trouble or about to get in trouble. By that language, you know that guy is a man under a constituted authority that gives him out as a police officer. How do you identify a pastor? By let somebody shout hallelujah. Is that not how? Wait, you guys don't say hallelujah in church? Your pastor don't say hallelujah?
We do.
Eh? Why you look at me strange? Oh, okay, I know why. Oh, okay. I don't mean Redeemed Christian Church of God. When I say let somebody shout hallelujah, that's why you're looking at me. I just give an example of general Christendom. All right, so yeah, the next one on my list for those who are joining us today, make sure to download the Olivia, right? Olivia. You have the cloud language list, right? Do you have the list for the cloud language? What about you, brother? Do you have? Can you make sure these guys they have a copy of that? Yes. You have it? Okay, please ensure that they have it too, okay?
Yeah, we have already done treated that.
So we can build on that. All right, so the number one on my list tonight, before we get into the action, the number one on my list, please get settled. I'm teaching now. Please get settled, I'm teaching now. A little distraction is going to reset our progress to 0. I don't have slide on me. Please be mindful of that. All right. The number one on my list for tonight is business case. A business case is making an argument why something will benefit the business and the value, like a value proposition, kind of, sort of, but I want to dumb it down. A business case is pretty much like, for example, you have a wife or a husband. You say, darling, I would like to buy this car. As a professional wife who has her own money, but I want to talk to you about it. I think this car will aid our travel as a family. We're using a sport car, but now we have about 3 kids. I think we should have an SUV. We should buy an SUV. I think we should buy a Toyota Sienna. I think we should buy a van. That's a van, right? Toyota Sienna is a van.
Yes.
And SUV is like Jeep. The Jeep started the SUV movement, pretty much that we know of. A Jeep, a Range Rover, or I think we should buy something more that is spacious, something that can contain more people. That's what a business case is. In a company, understand this, just because you are in management doesn't mean that you can make decision for the company without making a business case to the what we call the higher up cloud language. Higher up. That's another law. Higher up cloud language. Higher up means people that are above you in ranking in the company. The higher ups. Higher ups means a group of people, higher ups, where that is above your pay grade. You can only make a decision in that company within your pay grade. There are some certain decisions you can't make. You have to obtain permission from your boss. You know how some people say, my boss is boss. Even your boss has a boss. Yes. So that's higher up. So a business case is making a case. For example, how does this come in play in the corporation, in the enterprise world? How does it come in play? I want to buy an antivirus that will protect all our computers from unauthorized intrusion, unauthorized access. If the antivirus is $100,000, and that's what it costs, $100,000 for about 1,000 computer. And if we're to get attacked, if we don't buy that antivirus right away, we don't make it a priority right away at this time, if we're to get attacked, get compromised, what will be the cost of the loss that impact will create? If I can make a case that, so this is going to take us to the next step in the process. I can make a case and say, oh, well, this will cost us about 500,000. The process of making that business case is what we call the cost-benefit analysis. Cost-benefit analysis. We are looking at the cost of buying the antivirus is 100,000. Quite all right. If we don't buy that antivirus to protect us, if we get compromised, system got compromised by hackers and attackers out there, it's going to cost us about 500,000. So let's do the math. 100,000 away from 500,000, what's left? 400,000. So the loss in that case is 400,000. So guess what? Why don't I spend 100,000 now to prevent a loss of what? 400,000. That's a cost-benefit analysis. How the cost will benefit us, how the purchase of that antivirus will benefit the company. You're making a business case through cost-benefit analysis. Then the next one, thank you. Thank you. Okay, can you hear me better now? Is this better? Okay, all right. So you're making a business case on why it's beneficial for the company to purchase the antivirus now. And how would you lose maybe $500,000. For example, bad press. New York Times, according to news report from a newsroom, HYK Inc. has been compromised. Investigators are on the scene trying to figure out what led to the compromise. The process of investigators, you see that on the news, right? Right? The process of investigators coming on the scene is another cloud language called the blank break. The process of the investigators arriving on the scene is called the, oh dear Lord.
Forensic.
Incident response.
I just had a blank.
Visibility and viability. Right?
Incident response.
Forensic. The forensic.
Yeah, it's within forensic, but not forensic. It's a forensic effort, but it's called
Is it incident response?
Measures online. So can you type that, Major?
Incident response. Incident.
Root cause analysis. Thank you, Lord.
Oh, okay.
ROCA. Root cause analysis. They come to detect the root cause. Where did the attack come from? What IP address? Who got compromised? And there's another thing in cloud language called the weakest link. That's in cloud security language, but just add it to cloud language, just for the sake of learning and understanding. The weakest link. For example, if someone wants to, for those who are married here, someone wants to pick a fight between your family, they know that your wife is the weakest link. She doesn't have patience. She will respond to any verbal attack on Obi. So it's like, it is through any insult that she respond, and then there's an explosion. Vulnerability. So they know the easiest way to get to you is through your wife or through you. Maybe you're the one who don't have patience. And the other kids. So a weak link, it's something that can be exploited. That's one thing. Then in our corporate world, you see, as we're all sitting here now, so we're connected to this Wi-Fi, someone may just have sort of virus on their computer or a backdoor, some type of, let me use virus for the sake of dumbing down the process, right? I have a virus on the computer that will not affect all other people, all other folks' computer that doesn't have antivirus protection on this network. That's what happens, right? So anyway, Folusho Adeboye say you are as strong as your weakest link. As strong as your. So then we talked about inbound the other day, outbound. You hear what you hear a lot in the cloud is inbound rule and outbound rule. Inbound means to incoming. Outbound means outgoing. Inbound rule and outbound rule. Whenever you see that, even in your exam, will come up. Inbound means it's coming in. It's coming into your house. Then outbound is it's going out of your house. It's going out of a place, whatever the case is. And then we have insider threats. Insider threat is like some of you have friends, all they do, they just listen to you and they tell you the other friend that you're no longer friends with. So they are friends with you and friends with someone that you're no longer friends with. So those ones are called insider threats. Just a dumbed down example. Insider threats can stem from, for example, now, insider threat is pretty much, oh boy, the way you guys are making faces, I'm not afraid to even teach. I hope I'm not offending anybody here. At least not yet, because I plan to offend today, but not yet. I've not started. Insider threat is anything that, for example, Chadwick Boseman had cancer. Okay, you have something to say? Do we have mic? What are you? Do you have any gesture mic? Okay, pass it. Thank you. Okay, good stuff. Tell Udusanya the mic is not working. When is
are you going to be on the program for definitions?
all these ones?
Yeah.
Someone better be writing it. I hope someone is taking note.
We are taking notes.
Okay. Okay. No, business case is not the same thing as use case. AY. So the next one is, okay, I'm talking about insider threat. Insider threat, it's a big issue. It's a big issue. For example, let me give you an example so you know. Listen. As fun as this may sound, they will ask you this question. Do you have experience to curb insider threats? It's one of the biggest threats in IT. Insider threats. Because you don't know your enemy. For example, read it up. There's a lady who worked for the CIA years ago. She's a Cuban meeting. No, like Snowden. Thank you. Edward Snowden. Edward Snowden is an example of an insider threat. That's recent. But before Snowden, before the tech became tech, the maturity of technology, there was a lady that was working with the CIA. She was from Cuba. She had intel with the Cuba intelligence agency. She will go to a paid phone, describe code that America had wrote as Trojan, what to infect Cuba. She was that intelligent. She would describe it. She's not on paper. You can't. So if you track her by, even the spy has another spy. That's how it works, right? I'm getting to security for a minute now. Even the spy needs to have another spy. If you are sent to watch me, they have sent someone to watch you. Because what is the guarantee you have not been compromised? You met me and I bribed you with something that you cannot do. You can't even. This guy is smart. He said, "What can you bribe me with?" We find your price. We'll give you one fine sheet. Just be rubbing your ear every month. So insider threats is a bigger issue. I'm teaching on it because it will spill into what we're doing next. Insider threats. Chadwick Boseman, how do you curb it? How do you curb insider threats? You build loyal friends. Loyal friends. Chadwick Boseman had cancer for 4 years. No one knew until he died. His circle did not leak the information to the media. Insider threat is someone that knows something about you and sell it to the media. It's like, oh man, we sold your own video in those days in college when you were. Most of you, there are some people who have video of you. They are just waiting for you to make it. They have video of you. They're just waiting for you to make it. You don't know. The archive they have on you. As be careful in your environment. Can I take you for a minute? You can be talking to someone who's your friend and is recording you. It will archive it with dates. You have experience?
Oh, yeah.
The military code. Was an insider threat. Overthrew the president. And yet I saw the guy had umbrella over the president. Insider threat. Insider threat is a big deal. It's a big deal.
So it must always come from within.
Sorry?
It must always come from within.
He asked a question and said, insider threat must always come from within. Yes. Do you know? Okay. Someone say you make not this thing about Nigeria. It's not about Nigeria. I don't know where to get that stuff from. Not everybody here is Nigeria. I don't know it's not Nigerian here. See, all over the place. There are more than Nigerians are here. But see, I got Nigeria, but he said it doesn't only happen. There's an adage or parable where I grew up. It says that it takes the inside rat to bring the outside rat. So if you don't know anything about me, you can't tell anyone something that is accurate about me. So that's insider threat. That's why the best kept secret is the secret that you don't know. You must learn to hush. Not everybody needs to know what's going on in your life. You freelance opinion that is not asked for, not called for. Insider threat is built from information gathering. They will gather information on you for no reason. The Bible says the heart of a man is desperately wicked. Who can know it? It's just the nature of man. Man is naturally negative. We only learn to be positive. Born by default, negative. So insider threat is a big deal. In a company, an insider threat can gather all the information that you have to launch a new product and sell it to your competitor. So your competitor will have more money than you, and before you launch that product, they already asked 24/7. In the next 24 hours, they launch the product. So all the money and time you invested in that product is gone. Because before I will find you to buy corn from you, I will get to Walmart first. Do you understand? It's not because your corn is not sweet. It's not because your corn is not organic enough. It's because you don't have that type of visibility. Your infrastructure is not there that identifies you to me from my hideout. So if Walmart get a wind that you sell corn and your corn can disrupt their produce business, how do they Walmart know you in a village or the countryside? Your friend has sold you Walmart. Insider threat is what happened to Judas and Jesus. Judas sold Jesus. They didn't even know who Jesus was when they came to arrest him. Judas said, I will kiss him. So just because they are kissing you girls, that means they can't betray you. Say he kissed me on our first date. It's the same guy that will break your heart. It's not true. You know the truth, right? You know that. Thank you. Say, oh, our first kiss. Say, babe, you remember that time at the riverside and you kissed me? Oh, it was so magical. And the guy is planning to break your heart with your best friend. Inside that dress. Inside that church is how some men lost their wife to their breast. Because the anointing is coming once more. So we got to take seriously, guard your information. Security is every man's business. And security, what you've been doing since, oh, you have something?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Let me bring the mic for you. So we can hear your voice. So you will boldly say. All right.
So, pertaining to insider threats, would you say that's one of the reasons why most businesses and agencies conduct background checks and polygraph tests?
Oh, that's a very beautiful question. Thank you. Is asking, is it pertaining to insider threats? Would you say that's the reason why agencies conduct polygraph tests and where I come from, a typical worry boy can pass the lie detector test. They can't have lied though. We had the issue of lying. They will just it's one of the reasons. It's called cloud language, due diligence and due care. So the company exercises what they call due diligence. That means we did our own part to try to vet this person to make sure that they're clean. They don't have a record of theft. They don't have a record of compromise, data compromise or data theft. There are some people, all criminal records are not the same. Criminal record is the umbrella word. The criminal record is crime specific. So because someone has criminal record, doesn't mean they killed someone. It could just be they went to jail because they stole a company's data and sold it, and they were caught. So the company does that background check to vet the candidate, but that does not stop the candidate from becoming an insider threat. Edward Snowden had top secret clearance, yet became what? Insider threat. So insider threat, one of the causes of insider threat is disgruntledness. The only way out is to gruntle the person. Disgruntledness. When someone is angry, they feel like you promoted a junior level employee or above them. It could cause disgruntlement. And for that reason, they want to get back at you. It just hallucinates. Who answer the question?
Yes, sir, Dr. Lucky.
Okay, good stuff.
Dr. Lucky. Sir.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I have to be careful then. Oh, I thought you had to work somewhere. Thank you. Falade Zadi, he said, I want to become an insider threat. Some people have. Okay. A valid point is coming, please.
Please, whoever is not talking should mute now.
Insider threat could also be user mistake, just carelessness. Leaving your system unattended when you're not there, not shutting down when you're supposed to shut down, making your passwords. And so that could also be insider threat. So it doesn't have to be intentional. It can be unintentional.
Thank you. Insider threat can also be by mistake, user compromise, right? Carelessness, lack of due diligence, lack of due care.
Yes, sir.
What is it? Opening promo link. Walmart is giving $250 gift card. You have never been to Walmart, but you want the gift card. And then, boom, gift card disappear, and you appear.
Emeka, can you please mute?
You said, okay, let me tell you what happened. One company, we had one consulting engagement a few years ago in New York. So this guy, he just started a job with a company. So they were just introducing, I think we're doing something. It was their company was consulting. They were doing something. So this guy sent he wanted to send his W2 to HR because they were pestering him by email. He sent all his I-9 with his social security number and everything to all, reply all. Because HR say every one new employee should please send your I-9 document. You know, some HR are lazy. They don't do one-on-one email. They just do mass mailing. And this guy just reply all and sent his social security and everything. He now said something that I won't forget. He said, I know I've made a mistake, but let me tell you, my credit is less than 500. He said, you can't use it. You're just suffering yourself.
Can someone ask a maker system, please?
I'm sure the guy
Maker,
just
please,
said,
can you
don't
mute
worry,
yourself?
I made a mistake. You have my social security, no problem. My credit, and I have no plan to fix it.
So maybe
500
you're
is less than
becoming an insider threat.
You can't buy nothing. You'll be a jobless insider trader.
You buy popcorn.
So those kind of mistakes happen.
Inside threat.
All right, the next thing, we talked about requirement gathering already, I'm sure. All right, requirement gathering. That's reconnaissance.
We've not talked about requirement gathering.
We talked about Runbook as a guide. SDK means software development kit. You'll see that a lot. We talked about SLA before, backup, snapshot. We talked about spend, budget, spin up, start. SSH is the next one, secured share. SSH in, did you console in? To console in means to get in to the console or the dashboard or something in tech. To console in, did you console in? To console in means to use what they call the GUI, cloud language, graphical user interface. To console in means, did you log in your email from for example, did you log in to your email from your computer? While to SSH in, it's like logging into your email using your mobile phone. Do you understand the difference? Okay, to console in, a graphic user interface, it's something that you can see that is visible. For example, let me show you this. Let me show you this. You see all that nice stuff that you saw on Google and stuff? This is what it looks like in the back end. All that page you were just looking at just now. This page that you see here. This page. This is just an example of like what the code will look like that produce this page. So a graphic user interface is the a graphic user interface is the physical or what's the word here?
It's a physical representation.
Sorry? Victoria. I'm trying to look for a dumbed down version.
Representation of
what's on my mind. I would say mask in that case. So, for example, a graphical user interface is like a finished product of raw material. For example, this is the code. The code or what I'll call the secured share terminal look like this, cutting. All right, this is a cotton farm, right? I was so interested in having a cotton farm somewhere in Alabama. Why you laughing? There's no money. Sentiment will make you broke. Oh, sentiment is one of the highest cause of being broke. Let me pause this. Becca, Shosanya, how are you, Becca? Unfortunately, you can unmute, but hi, can you see me? Hello in South Africa. How are you, Becca? South Africa. Oh, good, right?
I'm good. I'm not in South Africa. I'm in Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm from
Some
South
reason
Africa.
I can't hear everybody from here. Well, okay, good. I take it that South Africa is good. All right. Okay, good stuff. Please keep it down. Femi, I want you guys in the house. Beautiful. If you've gone through a fresh start, that's one of your instructors. Fresh start now. Okay. You know him? From Fresh Start? Okay. You didn't say hello to him. You see? Black people. Somebody that labor to teach you. You could not say hello to him because now you think you've graduated from his class. You don't need him. Shout hello.
Hello.
Thanks
so much.
Hello.
For the introduction.
Yes. That's a win for Femi, the one with the anointing. Femi, how many monitors are we buying this time? How many monitors are you promising this time? How many monitors is he going to promise this time? Only person. There are a couple of people in Ghana that say they need monitors. So, did you guys bought in Nigeria? Did you also consider Ghana? Oh, you agree that Ghanaians will use TV? Oh, okay, that was the agreement. Okay. All right. So, the back end of any application, please listen now. Listen, I am trying to dumb this down for you. Okay? I am trying to dumb it so you can understand it by the concept, not the name and the activities around it, because it can change. The concept can be upgraded. But if you understand the concept now, regardless of change in the future, you will just build on it. Right? So this is cutting.
Can you please mute everybody?
When cutting is processed, after the cutting is processed, what happens? What do we get after cutting is processed? Huh? You say? Oh, you guys don't know what cutting?
Somebody is disturbing everybody. Please, Dr. Lucky.
Clothes.
A shirt. Clothes, right? Okay, so the clothes is the graphic user interface. The raw cutting is the code. You can't wear cutting in its raw form, but you can wear it in its processed form. That's the difference. The graphic user interface is what you can see, you can relate with, you can feel. It communicates to you clearly in human language, while the codes doesn't. The code communicates to the technology, and the graphic user interface translates that into a picture you can see. Yeah, Erica. One second.
What do you gain by going to? You are going to operate to
I was basically saying that, so for your computer, like the display that you see on your computer is the graphic user interface.
Bam.
And then because there's behind it is all the code that's running to show you that display.
Bang, bang.
Okay.
Took bang. The code, the things you see on your computer, your monitor, is a graphic user interface. That's what she said. And that's correct. The things that run those things behind the scene that you don't see, that's the what? The code. Or you call it the Odosanya, sorry, for some reason I can't hear everybody here because I think I mute them, but I think the other folks online can hear a guy disturbing them by a maker that says a dangerous attack. You call him an insider threat too.
A maker is an insider threat.
All right, we have a global class, please. Be friendly, be nice, but try to respect others. Okay, please. It's important. I think am I on mute? Okay, I'm on mute. I muted it. Okay. Maybe if you make me host, that would be better. I can do it myself here. All right, cool. Let's finish this cloud language and then we'll get into the action. Then we have Ssl Tls, which means secure socket layer. SSL and TLS, secure socket layer and transportation layer security. What does that mean? Look at this. Look at my browser, guys. Look at my browser. Look at my browser. Let's see. Let me use Google. Did you see this stuff like keylock or padlock or something? What do you call it in the US? What is this site? What is the symbol here?
A lock.
But what is it called? What is like? Do you use it for storage? Or
Secure platform.
To lock something?
Secure site.
What is this symbol in real life?
Secure site. To show
front lock. A lock.
A padlock.
Let's call it lock in the US.
Padlock.
Then in UK, we call it padlock. We have to sue the UK government for teaching us English that is not universally acceptable. Wow. It's American. America has more money, more freedom, more opportunity. UK offer nothing. Or padlock or lock. That's what a TLS is now. Before now, it was SSL. But now they phase out SSL and they usher in TLS. So SSL is no longer the word. It's the same technology. It's been decommissioned. Thank you. Decommissioned. Then the next thing I'm going to get to is stateful and stateless. Yes, please. Can you give Femi the mic? So we can capture you. Okay. Thank you. You know, this key point, like Femi said, this key point, they go a long way in your interviews. It's not about your degree. Nobody cares when you graduate from. Google don't no longer hire with BSc, because your BSc is rusted. Now you can sue your school to be a wonder. Because they deceive you. They scam you. No one will hire you because you graduate from Harvard anymore. They will hire you because you have understanding of technology. Your Harvard will attract them. But please don't, for the sake of those who have paid the price of becoming an alumni, don't embarrass them. By the time they not call you for interview, you're not telling them you have 4.0 GPA from Harvard and you have 4.0 in technology. Why they want to try to hire them? Doesn't mean anything. So this concept is what you use in the interview. Is you don't say, you don't talk cloud technology, you talk cloud concept. It's a proof that you have authoritative control. Have you? That's not the control. Like you guys are cheating. I think better be. That's what I'm going to happen. Use type. I'm not a typist. Sorry. Resign that job. What the fuck type? Why are you smiling? It's a real question I ask. So stateful. A stateful is what? Everyone can tell what stateful is. One dealing with stateful and stateless. I'll stop here. Stateful and stateless. Stateful, stateless. We have one more to conquer. So now is how these guys they don't even they need to hear this next to right. The guys online. Yeah, they need to hear the class, right? Yeah. But they should be able to. Because these guys are giving valuable points here and they complain online, so sometimes it's lost. When they use the map. Oh, okay. How do we start? I want to link my audio so we can get good sound. For the online folks. Yeah, I'm linking this now. Yeah, but they can't hear the online folks unless I give them. How do we do it? Okay, that's it. Is this the? That's the pairing. This one. It should be pairing right now. It's coming off. There are two different ones. Mm-hmm. Dear Lord Jesus, I thought this stuff, if you already connected this stuff, why isn't this a new one? I used it. The 550 is it paired? It's paired, so it should be working. Turn it on. But the only thing is, it's only online that will hear you. Okay, yeah, let me see. No, in class we hear you. In class we hear from here, but then online, but they won't be able to hear in class. Yeah, but if they use the mic, they'll be able to hear. Oh, that's okay. Okay. And then if the people in class want to hear it, it's online, and I just have to unmute it online. Okay. Okay. Cool. Makes sense. It's still discoverable. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to connect my headset so you can get good sound online. All right. My apologies. I'm going to post now. The stateful and stateless, and then we're going to get into Anton. We're going to do a lot of Anton today. Lots of Anton, lots of Anton. My blood is hot. Kayeta. Baba, it's not time to yawn. You need some Pellegrino water? Shakabaya. No yawning. My brother on a green hat. Tell her to wait. You love her too. Let's go. Let's concentrate. So stateful. What is stateful? What is stateful? What is stateless? Stateful, stateless. What is that? Stateful, stateless. Please keep it down. Keep it down. No background noise online. What is stateful and stateless in IT? So there are two types of firewall. Stateful is applicable to firewall. There are two types of firewall. One is stateful. The other one is stateless. A stateful firewall only allows. A stateful firewall, for example, is like a mom who never said no to her kids. Mommy, I want to get chewing gum. Okay. Mommy, we're going out to play. Okay. A stateless firewall allow, but has to allow and deny. It can allow you in, but doesn't mean that it will allow you out. For example, who's there? Who's this Manuel guy? A stateful firewall. Can someone just get these guys out of the distracting me? Mute them. You can't unmute yourself. Okay. A stateful firewall is, for example, you turn 18 now. And okay. Mute. I muted him. Thank you. A stateful firewall is like when you turn 18 years old in America, for example. And that's like what do you guys call it when you're 18? Legal age. You're a teenager. You can get married then, right? Huh? Is that true? Yes. You can get married then. That's not true. At 16, you can get married in North Carolina. 18 is America has double standard laws. Some states you can marry 2 wives. Like if you're into polygamy, you can go to like Tennessee and Utah. Auntie's just looking at me. Say, Tennessee, sir. I say, yeah, good. Yeah, you are doing it, just that it's not legal. Like it's not legal. You know the a stateful firewall is like when you turn 18 years in America, that's the legal age. You can go to club, right, young folks? You can go to club from 21. Huh? From 18. Oh, you can go to club if you're 18. It's from 21 in Maryland. Is that by state by state?
It's state by state for 18 and up. It's like in Georgia, it's 18 and up clubs. There's 21 and up clubs.
So 18 in
18 and up clubs, and then 21 and up clubs in Georgia.
Okay, so from 18 years in Georgia. Okay, let's take the state of Georgia because we have Georgia location, right? In Georgia, we're not in Georgia, virtually. Amen. I'm not saying you will live in Maryland. People, they don't like to move. When we start doing migration in cloud, I hope you can. Because you guys don't like to migrate. Most of you are born here, you won't live here, marry here, and then transition to heaven from here. But we're 18 years old, legal age, your mom give you the green light to go to the club. You know, club ends at 2, 3 a.m., right? On Fridays. Okay, why are you smiling? It's like you know the time. He came, my guy. Okay, club ends at 2 a.m. That means when you come back home, you don't have to sneak because mommy already gave you the green light to go to the club. So you can come back. You'll be allowed in without Rachel. Where are you coming from? You know that voice, that baritone voice? You won't have it. But in stateless, mommy may allow you, okay, his dad allows you to go to the club. Dad allows you to go to the club. But that, in that mind, clubs start at 8 and close at 10. That's daddy's mind. That is not trying to let one boy who has not even paid anything or look like he can pay something be touching things that is not supposed to be touching. It's like it's getting free touching. Is it? Eh? Go deeper. Shakaba. This boy. I like you. My guy. He said, go deeper. see who can go deeper. You know, daddy is fine. 8 o'clock and 10, that's club time for him. But mommy she was a girl too, you know. She knows those restrictions. She doesn't want to be hard on you. Understand this now. Understand this. Ebenezer was telling this story to a woman at Deloitte, and she laughed. Let me tell you something. The interview that Ebenezer did that gave him the job, the woman was just discussing about, they saw on Ebenezer's camera, they saw the wife and the baby. He said, "Oh, is that your baby?" Right? And the woman said, "Oh, I have kids." They started talking and talking and talking. For like 20 minutes, they were chatting. I said, "Oh, I forgot that we even had an interview." So there's 10 minutes left. Please tell me what the security group, this is what I'm seeing right now. And NACO, Network Access Control is. Security group in the cloud is stateful. Network access control is stateless. Oh, there is an actual over that. Security group is like a man with one wife or something like that. Some funny scenario. He said the narcos like a man with the wife and side chick. The woman laugh and said, "This is the funniest thing I've heard." In analogy, and ended the interview. Ebenezer got the job. $160,000, 30 minutes. So pay attention to these things. Pay attention to it. So as security group, it's like your mom. I'm still hearing some. I'm hearing some. Is that from the church? Or maybe from this computer. Okay, a security group is like a mom who allows a teenager or a daughter legal age in Georgia to go to the club, and she can come in back into the house without anyone asking question, where are you coming into? Which house are you coming? Right? A network access controller is like a dad who allows the same daughter, because she's of legal age, and I was expecting that she would come back at 10. And then girly girl showed up at 12, all drunk. And I was like, "Jennifer, where are you coming from? Go back to where you're coming from." Some parents, some dad are like that, right? Oh, yes. Very strict. That is what a network access control is. It's like, so look at the technology here. This is how it works. In a stateful firewall, on a stateful firewall, the stateful firewall allows traffic in and automatically allows the traffic out with no interference. But a network access control is, just because it allows the traffic in, doesn't mean the traffic has automatic right to go out. It has to create another rule that says allow outbound. So inbound, it creates the rule, you come in. But to go out, you know, how is, you can, if I say this one, I may get into water, so let me not say it. Shakaba. So a security group is like that nice elder brother that lets you have your way. It doesn't tell on you. You're good. A network access control is, it's like your younger brother. Say, "Hey, don't tell mommy, okay? Take this $20. When mommy come, mommy give him $30. I say, "Mommy, you know, Jenny just went out with her friends." It's no guarantee that they will keep your secret. How many of you had younger brother told their mom on you? Everybody. Almost everybody. Okay, you don't have younger sister that's nosy? The boys keep the girls secret, but the girls they tell you everything. NACO, network stateless. The girls are in stateless condition, and the boys are in stateful condition. So a stateless firewall is one that allows traffic in, but does not automatically allow the traffic out. A stateless firewall is like a one-way road. A stateful firewall is like a street that has legal U-turn. Okay, it's like, okay, so that's a global class. People won't understand the U-turn technology. Because in Nigeria, they don't have legal U-turn. You can U-turn on the highway and kill people. Lawless. But a stateful firewall is a firewall that only allows, it will come out in your exam, take notes. Not just interview, it's a short feature in your exam. Only allows traffic, while a stateless firewall allows and denies. A stateful firewall, its job is only to attack. For example, okay, see this. The bank security does not have gun on it. It alerts you, right? That there has been a robbery. It alerts the police that there has been a robbery. And the police they are trained to act on robbery. A stateful firewall allows, but does not deny. So anything does not allow cannot come in by default. While a stateless firewall allows and denies. So now, I hope we're clear. You understand? Do you understand? Let me explain more. Do you understand what a stateful firewall is? Huh? Peggy, this one is fine. Okay, let me take Peggy's explanation. Peggy, is that you online? Yeah. You are doing justice. I like it. It says stateful, e.g., when you are 18 years, you can have a mom that can let you go to the club in and come back as you like. Stateless, club is done by 2 a.m., but in this stateless firewall, your dad allows you to go to the club and tells you what time to come back. That's close. Oh, Remy said, does that mean the stateless don't allow at all? The stateless allows, but it only allows with reason, with restriction, with condition. Why? Oh, I've got it. I've got this one. This one is nice. A stateful firewall is unconditional love. Unconditional love. A boy love a girl even when the girl does not have money to give the boy. Or a girl nowadays, Elizabeth, you know what I'm talking about. Nowadays, if you don't have money, okay, that's stateless. Stateless is that nowadays, if you don't have money, a girl cannot love you. It's not like they love you, so they just love the money. Nowadays, some boys, gigolo, they look for you when you are 38 years old. You know you can settle for anything at that point. Soft landing. And they exploit you and start giving you problems. After a good session, lay down on the table. Say, my auntie, you know, because you don't want to see squeezy's face. Squeezy is just a worry word for excusing. So excuse your face. Excuse, which is squeeze. Squeeze. Every analogy we'll use it here. This technology, we'll get it by fire by force. Okay, Rose. Rose say, okay, that's Vision. Vision, you got it, right? It says stateful firewall is when you're dating and can leave anytime. But stateless is when you're married. There's conditions to get at. King Gunnar said, stateful is when your mom allows you to go to the club and come back anytime. Stateless is when you can come, you can go, but to come in is through the window after 10 p.m. Yes, sir. You have a... You say? You used to climb back on it, Dad, into the house. All right. Does that make sense? Do you understand now? Okay, then what I'll do I was teaching you guys earlier. Let me explain something to you, where that came from. Everything, please settle down and focus, please. I'm teaching now. Everything that you see in the cloud is transitioning from traditional IT to a new domain, which is called the cloud computing now, right? That stuff called IAM is what we call the phone directory. IAM is your phone directory. IAM is your phone directory. IAM is a phone book directory. In those days, what do we have? Phone book. When you're looking for your uncle, you have to go through a textbook-like phone book. For businesses, you want to order pizza, bro, you will study for 2 hours just to find pizza section on the phone book. It was manual labor. Verizon, one of the jobs that I did my early days in America was to distribute those phone book. We distributed 2,500 for $60. I told my friends, I said, heaven and earth shall pass away. I'm not doing it anymore. I gave my friend mom the money. I said, Mommy, so I'm young, I'll survive. Don't worry. Just keep the $60. She brought the contract because I could do. So that phone book in Dallas at that time was being sponsored by Verizon, contained all the businesses in the DFW area. So that's how you find companies you call them. Some of them, if their number has changed, you can't locate them. You can't contact them anymore, right? At that time. So now the IAM is phone book digitized or phone book visualized. That's what the IAM is phone book visualized. So let me show you. In traditional IT, it's called Active Directory. I'm not teaching you, I just want to show you so you have a clue. You'll see the similarities now in a minute. And then we can go listen. Active Directory. When you start playing that kind of song, that's a sign you won't get a job after the training. Look at this. You'll see logon name. You'll see at Demo Jump Cloud. You will see on the policy. Did you guys do this policy in IAM? User must change password at next logon. Did you say user cannot change password? Did you see password never expires? So all these are policies, traditional IT in Microsoft Office, a Microsoft Server, Windows 2012, which we're going to do maybe like from tomorrow to show you how that works, visualization, which was the first cloud computing before the cloud became a commercial, before it grew at the commercial scale. This is the traditional IAM. Look at this. People go to school just to become an IAM engineer. It's called a system admin. Heard of the word system admin? Anyone, you young folks, heard of the word system admin? System administrator, this is their job in those days. Without this, your email address will not work in a new company. If you just get a job, the email address they give you and stuff, this is how they set up the email from the back end. You will never see this because you're not a system administrator. You could work in IT and never touch this stuff. It's a specific role in a company that someone has to step in to fulfill. When you can't change your password or anything happen, these are the guys that they call from the help desk side. They usually work alongside with the help desk to help you change your password. This is what they look at. This is exactly what they look at. This stuff. It's complicated. It's ugly. It's unappealing. Now, compared to IAM today now, it's not in 2 seconds you're able to create a user. In those days, it was not so. That's what the cloud has changed. You see that? So now, Active Directory is a traditional IAM. Identity, access, then the management of the identity and the access that you give to that identity. That means you are the identity. What you do, the permission that you have to operate in that environment is the access. To manage that permission is the management. That means, bro, what's your name again? Sorry, the brother at the back. You're very consistent since the one I've seen you. Okpara, I like your Wakanda sign. Back to you too. So, Mr. Okpara, I allowed Mr. Okpara to my house. When I peeped through my security people, that's what it's called, right? Because America has different language. People, is that what it's called? Security O? Eh? Okay, the people, right? Okay. I see Okpara, that's identity. I know that this is Okpara. To allow Okpara into my house, my apartment, that's access. Okpara, don't go to my bedroom because you will see things. That's management. Why are you laughing? I said, oh, go now, you will see angels and the Holy Ghost fellowship. That's management. Like, for example, Okpara, don't go to my second bedroom because my studio is in that room. I don't want you to break into the studio equipment. That's management. In this case, telling Okpara is the policy that I'm setting Okpara. So Okpara knows not to go into the second room. Okpara, you can go to the kitchen. That's a policy that allows Okpara to the kitchen. Okpara, you can use the guest room, but please ensure to flush. That's a policy. Okpara, you can use the guest room, the guest bathroom, but you can't shower there. Don't try it. That's still a policy. So people set policy, yes.
So like the policy is like the access?
No, the policy is the rule you lay down.
Okay.
You know how mom say, everybody, Tuesday, we do Peter dinner. That's a policy at that level that she said it. Policy can change. As you grow, mom say, okay, Dan doesn't like pizza anymore. Kelly doesn't like pizza anymore. So let's do maybe, Elizabeth, what do you guys do when you grew up? When you had group pizza, what's the next thing? Shaking. Wings. Shaking is nice. Wings. Wings. Yeah, start doing wings. You upgrade from pizza to wings. Or sometimes you combine pizza and wings. If mom is feeling generous that day. Next year, say go and get a job. And then you respond back out of anger, knowing that you don't have resume. I'm going to get a job soon. Who are you? Emotion, can make you start thinking, can do things. All right, so this is what it is, right? Okay. So what is IAM? Huh? What is IAM in history? A phone book directory, but much more than that is Active Directory virtualized. IAM is Active Directory virtualized. That means digitized, more digital. Like before now, it was really complex, and now that was transitioned to the cloud. So IAM, Active Directory, is the baseline security of IT. It's where you tell a user what to do, what right they have, just because not every employee has the same privilege. There are some management privilege and there's some lower level employee privilege. Not every, so the Active Directory is how you assign those privileges to a user. It's user privilege specific. That's Active Directory. Brittany Odezugo, how are you? Sorry, what contest do you want, ma'am? King Una said policies are boundaries. That's good. So someone asked a question and say, what is the difference between policy, role, and permission? That's a fair question. That can come at the interview. Guys, focus now. Focus. Auntie, leave the conversation for later, please. What's the difference between policy, role, and permission? I want to give it a shot. Youngsters, in any language you understand, what is the difference between policies, roles? Stevie say, let's make it easy. Say they are the same. Okay, Oluwa Kemi Adefio say role is responsibility. The entire wiki say policy is like a guide. That's beautiful. Policy is like a guide. They say, Kinguna say policies are boundaries, roles are tasks, and the order is access. Can Sola say policy is a rule? Permission is what you are allowed to do. I like that. I like that one. Permission is what you're permitted to do or allowed to do. Permission, Chris Medupin say, permission is authorization to access certain functions. Permission is a privilege. Say, policy, standard guide, Adeza, Misa, policy, standard guide, permission, allowed access. Permission is what you are allowed to do with your rule. The Ogbenis, permission is the clearance to use or carry out the policy. Glory, policies are boundaries, why policies are duties, and permission is what you are allowed to do. Mosey, oh Mosey, I've missed you. Policy is a rule book you have to follow, and permission is an access you have been granted. Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful. I hope someone is collating all of this stuff. Did they get all that? Did anyone capture the stuff we did? Was it 2 days ago? I talked about where's this girl? I know Lua. Were you guys able to capture all that stuff we did 2 days ago?
Yeah, I think so.
In text?
Oh, sure. I will check.
Oh boy. Yeah. Everything, a lot of stuff we did 2 days ago. I can't remember. I know there was a lot of stuff. Lou, did you capture the information?
But I think it should be in the video.
Whew. Hey, generation, come on now, come on. Come on, it takes a community to do this stuff, you know? And it's, what will it cost someone to just capture that stuff? It was being posted every time. All you just need to copy, scoop it, and post in Notepad. Scoop it and post in Notepad. But if you guys want to succeed, it's an Ubuntu mission. You have to hold hands together. You have to lock hands. Working in silos won't help that much. I'm teaching organic. I'm expecting someone at least Kotzi, just capture the notes so you can share with the rest of the folks. Oh, but anyway, good stuff. Please log on to your AWS account. Your AWS dev test account. For me, I haven't, I think I have, just haven't. Okay, I have created my this type of IT department. I didn't post it yesterday or 2 days ago because I couldn't come in yesterday. Let me see if I can post it now. Departments in IT. Okay. Okay, this is my logon link. I don't have so one second please. Why am I showing completed sign up? Let me sign into my root account. Give me a second, guys. Yes, ma'am. They just answered it now. That's the the answer they gave is superb. That's the correct word. All right, let me create mine, okay? If you haven't done it, you can follow me, but I haven't done a lot, so I'm doing mine now. This one was the last group we created? Cloud engineering team? Okay, let me create that. Is it cloudicians or just cloud engineering team? Cloud engineering team. And what permission did you give?
Workspaces.
Okay, I want to give myself admin. I want to use that. Admin. So just know on the job, if you're not part of the security team, some kind of admin team, you won't get administrative access. But most small companies, if you guys are starting out in the cloud, they make it easy for you, and they give you like cloud administrators access in a group that you're part of. If you're like maybe 1 or 2 of the cloud engineers there. Do cloud engineering team. So let me create my user. This user is what I'm going to use all throughout cloud admin. My first name .cloud admin, showing that I'm the administrator. Did you explain programmatic access, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're done with IAM. All right, cool. Let me just create mine and move on. Change me 1. I'm going to add myself to the cloud engineering team. Next name, partitions.org. If you want to go deep, environment, dev test, create, download. Yep. Okay, let me add one more permission, which is I am user. It comes with every user though. This permission comes with every user as a default I am user change password. I just have to add it to the group. Okay, so I'm going to log off this. 1 second. I don't know what I'm getting. I'm gonna log on from my, make sure that I have the right link. I'm gonna log off from my root account. I would not log. Okay. Oh, before I log off my root account, also real quick, did you enable billing access from account? Did you enable billing access? From so like this one, this right? Okay, so if you haven't done this, if you missed that class, I also have to please go to your, if you're logged into your root account, click on my account from your root account, my account, then scroll down to where it says I am user role and access. Sorry, I am user role and I am user and role access to billing information. Activate, update, it's activated. So that means your user with the billing policy is not able to access the billing information. Someone said, Kimisha Queensboro said, what if we missed downloading CSV? What will it affect going forward? Is there a way to retrieve it? No, as of right, what we know right now, there's no way to retrieve it. Just delete the user and create a new user again, download the CSV. It takes 1 minute to delete the user. It's just a username. It's like a username is like the username, I am username is like creating an email password. Okay, it's like creating an email password. All right, so I'm going to log out now. I'm good. I'm done now with my root account. I will never go back again to my root account. Now I'm going to stick with my user account. Boom. And you see, like this I explained earlier, my ID has changed. It's indicating that I'm logging into the Classicians development and testing account for the 8th generation. That's what my ID states, right? See, Classicians dev-8 gen. You could tell that is an 8th generation account that is focused or dedicated as a development and testing account. So my username is lucky-cloud admin, and my first password is change me at 1. And I'm going to enter it again. Change me at 1. And I'll enter the password that you don't know. Bam. Now you can see that it has changed from showing Classicians dev test before now. It's showing lucky-cloud admin at Classicians dev-8 gen. So it's showing that now this is a child account. So the top has changed. It's no longer showing the Clartician's dev test account. It's saying Lucky, my username at Clartician's dev agent. That's what it's showing now. And Odosanya, did you cover the regions? Did you cover the regions? Okay. All right, good. All right, I'll stop this now. I'll stop this recording and I will start a fresh one.